Hello and welcome. I'm B.V. Rao, and this is SoSouth, India Today's SoSouth. We are just 10 days away from polling in Tamil Nadu, which is touted as one of the most important subplots of this 2024 general election. So there is a lot of questions about, a lot of curiosity has been raised about Modi and Annamalai and the way they've gone about this election particularly. Almost like what they did for Bengal in 2019. I think that's the strategy they have adopted for Tamil Nadu in 2024. How are they? Are they making an impact? What will happen? Is it just a bump in vote percentages? Will they breach the Dravidian wall in terms of getting seats? Vote percentages don't really add to the Lok Sabha numbers, right? How many seats will they get? Are they actually making any impact at all? So these are things that are on everybody's mind these days, especially people who know Tamil Nadu well and seem to think that there is something that's happening, but don't necessarily know whether enough is happening there. So with me today is TR Javahar, the gentleman you see on the screen. This is TR Jawahar. He is the group editor of News Today. It's a Chennai news organization which publishes the News Today, Malay Chudar, and Talk Media. Javahar is a very renowned columnist. He writes two columns. One is Counterpoint, the other is Point Blank. And from the name of the columns, you can understand that he's a pretty. He shoots straight from the mouth. There's no holding back on anything. Javahar talks very freely and has gathered a huge following in Tamil Nadu, especially for his writings on Tamil Nadu and the insightful writings that he has shown in the past. Now, Javahar, nearly 25 years now?
Close to 30 years.
More? Close to 30, right. Readers, Javahar is here with me today because in 2019, when BJP was actually almost kind of shamed in Tamil Nadu, right? It's a very shameful vote percent they got, right? They had, for all the noise about Modi wave in the rest of the country, Tamil Nadu was completely untouched. It was water on a lotus leaf, right? So that is when Javahar actually compiled a whole lot of articles that he had already written into a book called Why TN is Forbidden Land. And he had kind of almost, it was a prescription for the BJP on what to do and more importantly, what not to do, right? And I think BJP has attempted to do a whole lot of, I don't know whether they really took his book. This is the book. That is the book, Why TN is Forbidden Land, the state and its state of affairs explained by TR Jawahar. That book, I don't know, Javahar, if it got into BJP's hands, but from what I have seen in the last 4 years, a whole lot of things that you and I used to discuss, the BJP seems to have taken on board, right? I don't know whether they are paying you any royalty for it, right? But my point is that now that you have written this 4-5 years ago, and you have watched what's happening in the last 4 years, I thought it will be a great time to take a deep look at whether there are cracks in the Dravidian wall, right? So, ideally, I would want to begin this by asking you, what really prompted you to put out that book, Javahar?
Thank you, my friend B.V. Rao. We have had a long personal and professional relationship. I'm happy to address the India Today viewers. And I'm happy to be on your hit list today and from now on. So please shoot your main questions. So you have asked me what provoked me into writing this book. Yeah. Soon after the 2019 poll rubbing that the BJP got here in Tamil Nadu, a lot of northern journalists, they were all stumped because the BJP had virtually swept the polls in North India and got a brute majority as a party and also as NDA alliance, NDA. Right. So Tamil Nadu, it was a complete washout. So many people very incredulously asked me, "What's wrong with you people?" As if
including me.
it is our fault. It is Tamil Nadu's fault that
Including
it is
me.
not voting
I
for
used
the
to
national.
ask you,
Yeah,
including
and you
me. I used to
particularly,
ask you.
you
Hmm.
particularly were an agent provocateur for this book. We have constantly been discussing, and so you have been
Right.
asking me quite often. So I thought this questions really riled me in one way because it is not our fault. The proverbial
Right.
three fingers were always pointing to the north, and particularly the index finger, which carried the indelible ink, fatal indelible ink, I would say, had
Hmm.
was pointing towards the north. I would say
Right.
generally, and since the BJP
Hmm.
is the party in power, because Congress is
Hmm.
no longer in the reckoning. My book is
Right.
about all national parties, but since Congress is no longer in the reckoning, BJP was
Hmm.
making a lot of noises about breaching the Dravidian wall, as you have said. I'll come to my
Yes.
final punchline in the end of this.
Yes. Yes.
So breaching the
I know what
Dravidian.
it
I
is, but
thought,
yeah,
yeah,
I know what it's going to be, but I leave the suspense for the viewers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much for that, courtesy. So I thought I should outline where the national parties, particularly the BJP, have gone wrong. What
Okay.
should be done to rectify this kind of a.
Right. So allow me to read one paragraph. I think it's in the very beginning of your opening article.
Yeah.
If the state has rejected them summarily, them meaning the BJP, then it is their job to reason out why. In short, it is time the Aryans of Uttar Bharat kick off their thinking process, actually, a rethinking process, a process which has to begin. This is important, what you say, a process which has to begin not at the ground, but from the deep substrate of time, culture, and politics. Such a sensitive, sincere, and scientific analysis is warranted not just for Modi, not just for BJP, not just for TN, but the country's sake. Would you want to kind of explain a little, take that further?
Most definitely, because that is the very crux of the whole book.
Hmm. Yeah.
See, as politicians, these people, all of them tend to look at very superficial and make superfluous statements. But Tamil
Right.
Nadu, as you will see from the book, that it thinks of itself as a separate civilization. It has got a deeper
Right.
history than all the rest of India, I would say. And I would say that Tamil Nadu is the cradle of Bharatiya civilization.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is the reason why I use the word substrata, because it is not a superficial problem, but a deeper malaise that is
Right.
there. And secondly, this is
Hmm.
all, not all about some personalities, polls, or politics. The state is in a bad shape. I won't
Hmm.
blame just the Dravidian parties for this. The national parties abdicated. They completely,
Right.
threw the state to the wolves. So they should take the blame for this. So it's a long-term
Hmm.
process. It's not a one-time process. So that is the
Yep.
reason why I wrote the book immediately in the aftermath of the election, so that correction measures could be initiated by whoever
Hmm.
was in power at that time, and which
Right.
happens to be BJP.
Right. Yeah. So would you want to kind of get down to this? This particular line has really kind of stayed with me.
Mm.
It's not just from the ground, which maybe say Annamalai is doing right now, but from the deep substrate of time, culture, and politics. So what has the BJP done in the last 3 years? Have they even touched or attempted to touch the substrata?
No, they have not done it, and I would say that it's a big zilch that they have done on this
Hmm.
count. All the issues
Hmm.
that I have raised in this book
Hmm.
are still valid and are
Hmm.
very current and
Hmm.
remain unaddressed as such. So the
Can
BJP
can
once
you give
again is
me
looking
can you
at.
give me three, four examples? Yeah.
Yeah, see, let me put it this way. See, there is from the civilization an angle. When I say that
Hmm.
Tamil Nadu is an older civilization and one of the oldest civilizations on this planet, there is so
Right.
much research that is going on that has to be done in Tamil Nadu. But
Hmm. Hmm.
I have mentioned all this in the later articles. But to put it as in one word, Tamil Nadu has not got justice from the archaeological and anthropological point of view. That is, so much attention is being
You mean
given
at
to
a
the north.
national level, the
At the national
ASIs and
level, yeah,
others have not got into it?
yeah. You talk about going below the waters of Dwaraka and do all your kind of meditations and puja there, but Tamil Nadu's waters run very, very deep, deeper than. So that is one thing.
Yes.
The second is that
Right.
as far as the cultural aspect is concerned, I'm well versed with the cultural aspects of Tamil Nadu, both literature,
Mhm.
poetry, art,
Mhm.
so many other aspects. I think Tamilian poetry, literature, culture is far superior than all the other. I'm not saying this in a jingoistic manner,
Mhm.
but from
Mhm.
very
Mhm.
reliable and reliable way. And even many sung scholars from Tamil Nadu
Mhm.
feel,
Mhm.
bad that their voice is not being heard by the Hindi-centric, Sanskrit-centric mindset of the
Right.
Aryan or North Indian politicians. So
Mhm.
this is
Mhm.
about
Mhm.
this is the 2 points when I say that. So this kind of
Right. Is
grievance is there even among the sung scholars and particularly all the Tamil
well,
scholars.
I might agree with you because I've also studied there in Chennai and
Yeah.
have long association with Chennai, even though I am now live and work in Delhi. Is this also there is a sense of alienation? I understand, but this whole idea of Tamil being a culture being very strong and supreme, is that also a bit of an arrogance, an intellectual arrogance? That is what leads to the alienation.
No, I would say that this is not a current topic or a current development. This has been
Mhm.
there for centuries.
Okay,
This is
it's an
not
accumulated
this has
sense.
been, yeah, this has been there for centuries, and this has been
Right.
aggravated by two factors. One is that
Hmm.
it is self-inflicted. Let me concede
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
ever since the Dravidian parties
We'll
took
discuss
over
that
from
later. The
yeah,
self-inflicted thing we'll discuss in
yeah,
later, maybe
self-inflicted
subsequently.
and also imposed by no. It's a combination of both. So the aggravation or aggrievement is a combination of these two factors.
Hmm.
But the isolation
Right.
and the insularity and is the fact. What happens in
Is
Tamil
a fact.
Nadu stays in Tamil Nadu. That is the reality
Yes.
here. The state is
Yeah,
very opaque.
that's right. So when you say that they've not tried anything, see, at least at the surface level, I don't know whether you will consider getting to what you say is the substrata. What do you see of the efforts of the Sengol and the Kashi Sangamam trying to prove that Tamil Nadu has links and connections with the rest of India, which the Dravidian parties generally try to say no, there isn't. Have they worked at all?
I don't think so because people here are used to this kind of gimmicks and what I say, what would I say, lip service
Hmm.
from our own leaders here. We don't need to
Right.
import such kind of things from the north. We are
Hmm.
very self sufficient on this kind of rhetoric and symbolism. So we
Right.
don't need
Hmm.
these things from
Right.
Modi or his parivar.
So
So
what
this
is
what you are
how
these
does the
things.
BJP?
Please
Yeah,
go
go
on.
ahead.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
these
No, I'm
symbolisms
saying so.
don't work here.
Hmm. So
We are already
how
self
does a
sufficient.
party like the yeah, how does the party like BJP? I'll come to the Congress a little bit later. How does a
Yeah.
party like the BJP, which is a national party, wants to make its presence felt, unlike the Congress, which has given up Tamil Nadu some 60 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. In
And behaves
1971
more
first.
like a yes, exactly. And after that, they've not even tried to do anything, right?
Nothing.
They
Preciously
are
put.
what? Yeah, they're that. I don't know what they call themselves. They don't. They've given up even the pretense of being a national party in Tamil Nadu, right? They're just hangers on there. So
Yeah,
so
that's
there
right.
is a BJP now, which is trying to connect Tamil Nadu to the rest of the. See, the best you can give to BJP is to say that okay, they're trying. Are you willing to give them that, or even that is?
Yeah, they have been trying, but for the last 6 months, and it is too little,
Hmm.
too late, I would say. From the perspective, not
Hmm.
I'm talking from the perspective of politics or poll. That's a completely different ball
Right.
game, right?
Correct.
When you mentioned
Right.
I was talking about cultural, civilizational, and
Yeah.
linguistic aspects of Tamil Nadu. So in that
Right.
respect, it is too
Ah.
little, too late, and all you see is only in the last few months. All you see
Yeah.
is in the last few months. So
Right.
it is very
But
sinister that the Tamil Nadu elections are being held as the first elections, and
ah.
the Parivar wants to just get over with it and go away north. Let us. So that is one way of
Okay.
giving up on Tamil Nadu.
Expand on that. Expand on that more. Yes. That's a good point
So
that you've raised.
you want to get me in trouble then? Fine. See, the point is
Yes,
that
this is all about getting into trouble.
it is difficult for me to buy into the argument that the ruling party was not aware of the election schedule or all these things, because
Yeah.
putting Tamil Nadu elections first, and it is no coincidence that Modi has been coming to Tamil Nadu even before the poll announcement. He
Yes.
did not come here during the big flood that happened in the city, Michong or whatever you
Yeah.
call it. The
Right.
newfangled names are coming up every year. We are visited by tragedies every year, and new names also come up. So forget about the names.
Right.
That doesn't matter. It is only water, flood, bad roads, all those things, fallen trees, and all those things. So he was not here in December, but suddenly in January he is here in Rameshwaram. He goes to Srirangam. So we are not fooled by all these things. And then suddenly in March, and then again in February he comes. Then again suddenly in March you make the announcement for elections. And in April and low elections are there first in Tamil Nadu. So he's not going to come here after 19.
Come back to why is Tamil Nadu the first election? Why do you think?
I think the ruling party wants to get over its most irrelevant part of its whole scheme of things.
It's interesting you put it as irrelevant, but it doesn't show like they think it is irrelevant, right? They are putting a lot of effort.
Had they been serious, they should have put a lot of work right after the last elections. But I tell you, I have written in these articles. In 2019 elections, they went with ADMK, and they drew a blank. They had one seat in 2014, Pon Radhakrishnan, one from somewhere south. Even that seat they lost in 2019.
Right.
And second thing is that even in 2021 assembly election, they went with ADMK. So had the BJP been serious, then they should have gone it alone from 2021 at least.
I have had one doubt about why you wrote the book in 2019 and not in 2014, because 2014 was also pretty much the same. There was a Modi wave, in fact, a bigger wave in 2014. Than in 2019, right?
Yeah, that is
you wrote this book in 2019.
Question.
Yeah,
it's a very interesting.
Tell me.
I have been writing on all these topics for the last 30 years. That Tamil Nadu needs an alternative for the Dravidian parties. The very Dravidian kind of politics itself. This is one thing. Let us come to the personalities later, okay, at some other time. Now, 2014 was the first election for Modi and the BJP in a big way. So it was very obvious that they are going to win. And let us come to the vote share and the seat share on that national level. I have something to say on that, but once again later. Now, 2014 election, there was a lot of awareness about Modi down south. But Jayalalitha came with this master stroke. This lady or that Modi, and wiped out the BJP virtually single-handed. Right. She was not in alliance with anybody. Yes. She vowed, and she was she was in a position to campaign. She was quite healthy. And then 2014 September, she was put in jail, and then her health deteriorated, and these things happened. Right. So 2014, Modi himself was very new to the national politics. So I had written a lot of articles from 2014 itself. And all are very critical and cynical also in a way, because by this time I had come to the conclusion that Tamil Nadu cannot be salvaged. But anyway, when 2019 came, you have asked me why I have written this after 2019. Now, because between 2014 and 2019, Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi had passed out. Fine? Yes. And in 2019, the BJP had a unique opportunity to stand alone in the polls, but it went with the AADMK. And between 2016 December, when Jayalalitha met her maker, up to 2019, all the BJP was doing was managing the various factions of ADMK, playing fights, playing politics, doing all these kind of panchayat work, and then this kind of things they were doing. They were not interested in building the
driving.
Backseat drive. So that was really something that I have been trying to tell them. Whenever I came to Delhi, I used to meet the BJP people, and I used to tell them that this is what you should be doing. Let the ADMK dig its own grave and follow Jayalalitha into the pits of history. And so leave the party. This is a good chance for you to build up your... but then they didn't listen. They went with the AADMK in 2019. In the absence of Jayalalitha and in the absence of Karunanidhi, it was a good opportunity for the BJP to have used the occasion to test the waters at least, if not to make a winning gambit. Okay. The more important thing is that the DMK was not in power at that time. You understand?
Right.
Still the DMK
Yes.
won the polls. It was not in power, and still the DMK swept the
Right.
polls. Even that one seat that
True.
the BJP had
Yeah.
evaporated. Okay,
They're
and
gone.
only
Yeah.
one person
Right.
won. That was OPS son from Theni, and that is actually a
Mm.
shame. On
Mm.
so BJP, in fact, has to swallow the southern shame and have to come to terms
Yep.
with what is really happening in Tamil Nadu. So for that, they have to
Yes.
go deep. It is not just politics. It is not just a superficial problem. So when they
Right.
lost an
Right.
election, when they could not make even a mark on in Tamil Nadu, when there is no
So what
Jayalalitha,
you are
no
saying is,
Karunanidhi,
yeah.
yeah,
So
and
what you're
when
saying
Stalin was,
is,
when DMK was out of power, and still the DMK can
mm,
get so many seats, then it's a shame on
yeah.
BJP, I tell you.
This was the first election, Modi's second election, but the first election where Tamil Nadu there was no Jayalalitha, there was no Karunanidhi, and
Yeah,
still BJP couldn't do anything because they mismanaged the 3 years running up to the election. That's what you're saying, and that is what
they even
prompted you
lost
to
the seat
write
they
this.
had. They even lost one seat that they
Yeah,
had.
exactly. So I think if would it have, if the efforts that Modi is now doing in the last 3 years, doing all kinds of things, talking about Tamil and talking about Tamil in UN and all that, you can see that they are trying to kind of get rid of a certain image the party has. Would it have helped if these things had started soon after Jayalalitha's demise?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They should have started it long
Hmm.
back, soon after
Right,
Jayalalitha's demise.
right, right.
The fact that they didn't do it has cost them very dearly. It is
Ah,
not even one step, two steps forward and one step backward. It has always been many steps backward.
right,
And
right,
probably they didn't do it in 2021 also in the assembly
right.
elections. And then
Okay.
probably only after Annamalai came to the picture, things
Yes.
changed. So I won't credit the Sangh Parivar or BJP or Modi for that matter in
Right.
whatever change
So we'll
that
do,
happened in Tamil Nadu.
yeah, every day now. We are going to be doing this every day now till
Yeah.
poll day. So we'll
Mm.
come to Annamalai. I think we'll do
Yeah,
a
we'll do
separate
it
session
later.
on Annamalai. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll now take you back to your article again.
Yeah.
You are saying that there is a sense of alienation which we discussed already. So from
Yeah.
there, they're addressing that. You say the alienation and isolation,
Yeah.
both self-inflicted and superimposed, of TN is not just painful and detrimental to nationalist-minded individuals like me, but to the whole
Yeah.
Tamil society, Tamil Nadu as a federal entity. Would you want to talk
Mm.
about that a little more?
Yeah. I'll
What
put it
is
in
this
very simple
angst?
terms.
Yeah, what is the
What is
angst? Tell
this?
me. What
Angst.
is the angst?
Fine. Fine. See, the isolation, as I have already covered that subject.
Hmm.
The people of the state feel that they simply don't matter in the national scheme of things. Okay,
Hmm.
they forget the politicians because they have had their bit of power and bit of they have enjoyed power. They have made their pile, and
Right,
so the people, it's not about the politicos anymore. And their
right.
duplicitous politics have been much to the detriment of Tamil people. But
Right.
people normally talk of the in cliche terms like not so divide. I would like to use the
Hmm.
word disconnect. That is a more
Disconnect.
apt word than
Yes.
divide.
Right.
Disconnect, it's
Right.
the, I would
Yeah.
say it is the right word. In fact, when I wrote
Hmm.
the book, I was
Hmm.
toying with the words forgotten land and forsaken land. But then I used the
Hmm.
word forbidden because it was more ominous and more closer to reality.
Yes.
Because they
Yes.
don't want to trade here unless there is some money here or
Hmm.
they can get some MPs here,
Hmm.
then get into some kind of an
Yes.
alliance at the center. People are not in the
Right.
picture at all here. So the
Right.
alienation is deeper
Okay.
among the people themselves. And if you
Hmm.
ask me, had that alienation been addressed, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
say that it has not been addressed. Uh,
Hmm.
as you said, if you discuss Annamalai, maybe we can go into that subject a little
Right.
more.
Yeah. We will.
Yeah.
We will. So there's one more. I think I'll tease it today, and
Yeah.
we will discuss this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. This is a sentence that you have written. TN is a Tinder box, and there are lighted matchsticks galore. The latest poll explosion, which you are talking of 2019, the
19.
BJP's defeat, an implosion for the NDA really is the effect of causes that were obvious but were carelessly ignored. So I'll keep that for tomorrow. What is this Tinder Box? Tamil Nadu Tinder Box. Has the Tinder Box, is it not a Tinder Box anymore, or is it more of a Tinder Box? I want you to talk about what you meant by Tinder Box and what has changed,
Okay.
what needs to change. Right? We'll
Okay.
come to that
Okay.
tomorrow. But
Okay.
today, just to close now, which I think we've been on for nearly 20 minutes or more.
Yeah.
I've not just, yeah. Today, the big man is in Chennai.
Yeah.
So tell me, you are a skeptic, I can see, right? That's fair enough. Is he going to
A very
have any
concerned,
more
a
impact?
very concerned skeptic, I would say.
Yes, that I know. That I know
Yeah.
because you are a nationalist. You are not. You stand against the Dravidian politics, or at least the politics that these two parties have practiced the way they have
Yeah.
practiced for the last 60 years. You're not a
Yeah.
DMK or ADMK fan. I know that. You are actually
Yeah.
a nationalist, as in you used to be in the BJP shivers also. That thought
Mm.
shiver, I remember
Yeah. Thinkers,
vaguely, right?
thinkers, and all that.
So that also we will discuss. Where is it that you seem a little disillusioned? I can see that, right?
Okay.
So now that Modi is there
Yeah.
today, do you think going to make any more impact than disturbing the traffic in Chennai?
Yeah, I wanted to say that, but you have, jumped the gun. As of now, the only thing, it's about 2 o'clock now,
Yeah.
and the big man is arriving at around 5 o'clock, and the traffic is being closed already. So the only thing
Mm.
that is now I'm worried about are two things. One is the traffic diversions. I want to reach home at fast, and about my lunch.
Right.
These are the two things on my mind. And let me see what Modi says in the evening. This is not going to be a meeting as such. It's going to be a road show. I
So
mean,
yeah. Right.
roadshow means the city is finished virtually.
Hmm.
So I'm worried about that. This is my immediate problem today. But I don't think this one
Okay.
roadshow or one meeting is going to address everything.
Fair enough.
The whole
Yeah.
city is lighted
Fair
up
enough.
even in this high temperature and high
Correct. Yeah.
heat.
So, well, from tomorrow, what I want to do, Jawahar, is that go
Yeah,
maybe chapter by chapter.
yeah.
We'll pick one chapter and relate it to what's happening on the ground today, right? So
Okay.
I don't want this
That
to
will
be
be.
just about the book. The book has been written and
That's right.
many people have read it, right? So
Yeah.
the book, I want it
Yeah,
to be
it'll
the
be on Kindle.
context for.
It'll be on Kindle. Yeah, it'll be on Kindle also
Yes.
soon.
So
Tomorrow day.
I'm putting this up. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Tell readers, where can they get this? Can they get
I
the book
think
at all?
I think
Or
in a couple of days I think it should be on Kindle because I had to make some corrections. So and I
all
made
right,
some
all right.
deletions because so it will be on
So
Kindle from in a couple of days time.
I could
So they
also do
can
another
just
thing. I could attach all your links in the description
yeah
when I post this,
yeah
right?
yeah.
To this book. Trick.
Yeah.
So
That's nice of you.
great. Thanks, Jawahar. It's been a pleasure talking to you. It's been a long while since we
Yeah
discussed Tamil Nadu and its politics and the
yeah
intricacies of Tamil Nadu. It's such a difficult thing to put your finger on, right?
yeah
So hopefully we have 10 days. Hopefully we get somewhere by the end of it.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Thanks, Jawahar.
yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks. Thanks,
See
Rao.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.